So I'm out here in the beautiful island of Mallorca. I'm here on a family vacation, but as is always the case, if there are vineyards in the area, grapes growing, the beak's going to sniff them out. Okay, so it's Tuesday, it's market day here in Arta. Beautiful, beautiful produce everywhere. You can see they've got these cakes behind me, but everywhere there's just fresh produce and there's some amazing meat. Check out this. It's amazing. We've got this delicious Mallorcan chorizo here. We've got these types of salamis, we've got these lovely hams. But although I'm a wine guy, you know, food is inherently connected with the food culture. And you know, unsurprisingly, the locals know that. We're in the Med. So look, I've already found some wine over here. Local winery not too far from here, Santa Catarina. Absolutely beautiful. Haven't tried this one. I've already bought a couple of bottles, so looking forward to getting stuck into it later with some of that juicy salami. Here's for you. Okay, so I've just finished my first winery visit. Really awesome visit. I mean, it was one of the big boys. You can see behind me this absolute fortress, the Masia Batlle winery. Produces up to about 1 million bottles a year here in Mallorca, and Mallorca wine industry really produces 4 million. So you don't need to be a mathematician like my cousin Annie to work out that that's 25%. So a huge amount of winemaking going on, but producing really good stuff all the way down from the bulk end, these sort of 4 or 5 euro, very drinkable but quite gluggable wines, through to these reserves. Some really fine, concentrated, beautiful wines being made. But they furnished me with a few bottles, as was their want. So I'm, rather than hanging around here in this the burning August heat, I'm going to get back in the wagon. We've got one more stop to make first, winery Bodega Ribas up the road. We'll go there, find out what's going on, then yeah, hop back in the wagon, get back to base camp, and we'll get a few of these bad boys open. Okay, so just got back in the car, pulling out of the car park here, the second winery visit today. Really great visit to Bodega Ribas, because the first winery I went to, it was great, but it was huge. It was an absolute beast. I mean, they produced 25%, single-handedly 25% of the wine, you know, coming out of Mallorca. And so there's some really great stuff. But it was great to get to Bodega Ribas because it was much more sort of boutique-y, artisan, smaller production. I think they produce about 40,000 bottles a year. So much smaller production, but fantastic. Got out there in the vineyards. It's amazing. They've got some lovely old vines up to 60 years old. They've got some awesome younger vines that they've planted, but producing some Syrah Cabernet alongside a Manta Negra, the indigenous red grape that they use for most of their reds and rosés. But it was great. Out in the vineyard, got back, had a look in the winery, then got in the tasting room, got slurping. Beautiful rosés, not like these light, you know, pale Provence rosés. Rosés with a bit of character, you know, lovely deep colour, dry but really on the fruity side. Lovely red strawberry fruit coming through. I'm not a rosé guy, but I really enjoyed these. And in this heat, I mean, it's 35-40 degrees outside. I mean, you can't be drinking these big reds all the time, although I'm trying. So yeah, great second visit. Got some wines in the old trunk, gonna get them back, along with some wines from Masia Batlle earlier today. Yeah, get them back to base camp, open them up, give them a slurp, see what they like on the palate, because the ones I tried in the tasting rooms were really good. First things first, you're probably asking yourself, you know, why is he wearing that ridiculous hat? Fair comment, but I guess I'm just trying to, you know, not do rather what every other Englishman in this on this island seems to be doing, and that's you know, blistering up like a lobster. So this straw little number, you know, doing me a great service in that respect, keeping me cool in this soaring Mallorcan heat. And unfortunately for you, you're going to have to put up with it for the next 45 seconds, 1 minute or so. Yeah, so it seems that on the white and the red, the main grape variety making up most of the wines are the two indigenous grape varieties, which is great. I think there's so much Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, these international grape varieties, Pinot Noir out there. It's quite cool to find something I haven't tried before. And so on the red, it's the Manta Negra is the grape variety, which a lot of people out here seem to liken to Grenache, in that it loves the sun, quite high alcohol and quite a sort of rosy. It's not a deep coloured wine. But what they're adding to it on the red side, they're adding a lot of Cabernet Sauvignon, so they're making up the blend, say 50-60% of this indigenous Manta Negra, and then some Cabernet Sauvignon, some Merlot, some Syrah, and then maybe a sputtering of some other indigenous grape varieties I've never heard of and probably never will again. I think you really enjoy these. So this one's a Criantha. It's you know, it's not never going to be a huge wine, but very enjoyable. Nice mix between sort of red sherry, a little bit of cassis, blackcurrant from the cab. Tannins are soft and smooth, and not over oaked. So really enjoyable style. Kind of summed up my trip really. It's you know, been quite a steep learning curve for me, but great to get out there, rub shoulders with the producers, feed off their energy, and you know, business as usual. Sort of doing what I do best, which is you know, get a glass in my hand and do some slurping. But yeah, really enjoying this. So far so good. I'm sure I'll be checking in at other points. Until then, cheers.